Welcome back. I'm Pratap here. Today is 19th November 2025. In this video, I'm going to generate different supply demand zone reports useful to the premium subscribers. Even before that, please note we are providing complete free training on supply demand zone price action. You might be knowing it is a highly expensive training course, but we are providing complete free training and all the training lessons are already available at our NeoStock YouTube channel. So to access all the training lessons at our channel homepage, click on the tab posts, then you get access to this post. This post is having two YouTube playlist links that are having all the training lessons. I'm clicking on the first playlist link. Here you have all the training lessons. You just scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here starting from lesson 1.1, all the training lessons are placed in an order. So please go through all these lessons one by one, but according to my training instructions mentioned at our Telegram channel. You can find link to our Telegram channel in this video description. Once you join at our Telegram channel, in the old messages or in the pinned messages, you can find all the training instructions. If you can learn the course according to those training instructions, then it will be helpful to you to become a very good independent trader. Please make use of this opportunity. Okay, now I am generating different supply demand zone reports with the help of NeoStock Software's supply demand zone top-down analysis strategy builder. First I am finding the stocks near daily and 75 minutes high liquidity demand and supply zones, so that we can identify high priority high liquidity zones from those reports, and those zones can be used for high liquidity zone strategy that I explained in lesson 21.3 video. Okay, starting with the daily time frame, stocks near to the daily demand zone, we got 5 stocks. And if you don't understand the structure of this report, I request you complete the training lesson 21.1 video. In that video, I have explained each and every column, their values, abbreviations in detail. Okay, first let's identify high liquidity daily demand zones. Godrej Properties is having a daily high liquidity demand zone. Next, M&M is having a daily high liquidity demand zone. That's it. We got 2 daily high liquidity demand zones from this list. And also I'm giving you very few seconds time to watch the reports. So I request you pause the video, study the reports, and then proceed to the next reports. Okay, next. For daily time frame, stocks near to the daily supply zone, we got 8 stocks. Let us identify daily high liquidity supply zones from this list. Sun Pharma is having a daily high liquidity supply zone. It is also having a daily high liquidity demand zone. If a stock is having both zones, high liquidity zones, you may get trade opportunity on either side, even though it is stocks near to the daily supply zone. And we got only 1 stock from this list. Okay, next time frame is the 75 minutes. Stocks near to the 75 minutes demand zone. We got 15 stocks. Let us identify 75 minutes high liquidity demand zones. NIFTY oil and gas is not listed in F&O. I am ignoring this zone. HDFC Life is having a 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. Next, KFintech is having a 75 minutes high liquidity demand zone. That's it. We got 2 75 minutes high liquidity demand zones from this list. Next, 75 minutes time frame, stocks near to the 75 minute supply zone. We got 7 stocks. Let's identify 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. IEX is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Infosys is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. Max Health is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. National Aluminium is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. ONGC is having a 75 minutes high liquidity supply zone. That's it. We got 5 75 minutes high liquidity supply zones from this list. So this is about high liquidity zone identification. For the high liquidity zone strategy, you land in lesson 21.3 video. Okay, next I am generating Nifty and Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain reports. So I am generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. In any supply demand zone chain report, always look into the zone column to find the high liquidity zones. Look into the pierced column to find the pierced zones. Always look into the LTF trend to find the trend of the current time frame you have selected. You already land one time frame higher is ITF and one more time frame higher is HTF. So remember these rules, apply these rules for all the supply demand zone chain reports. Okay, next, generating a weekly supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Nifty. So this is Nifty supply demand zone chain reports. Next I will generate Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain. Nifty Bank is nothing but Bank Nifty. Generating monthly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating a weekly supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating daily supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating 125 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating 75 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating 25 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating 15 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. Next, generating 5 minutes supply demand zone chain for Bank Nifty. So this is a Bank Nifty supply demand zone chain report. We have completed both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Next I am generating sideways bullish and bearish trade setups for monthly, weekly and daily income trades. Starting with the sideways long trade setup, monthly income trade, entry time frame daily, entry zone demand zone. Here bullish or bearish or sideways trade setup parameter at entry time frame daily. I am selecting sideways long, zone achievement violated opposing zone. Minimum odd and enhanced score 11 for sideways. Actually, daily demand zone should not be pierced, but third filter I am not adding, allowing pierced zones. If anybody identify pierced zones, you can apply pierced zone strategies that you land in lesson 28. So we got 5 stocks. We have one pierced daily demand zone. Ignore it for sideways long trade setup, but you may use it for pierced zone strategy that you land in lesson 28. And remaining demand zones are daily demand zones, entry time frame zones. You can plan trades in these daily demand zones only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next, sideways short trade setup for monthly income trade. Changes are daily supply zone and sideways short. We got one stock, and entry time frame zone is daily supply zone. You can plan trade only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Okay, next, bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame zone, daily demand zone, here bullish, and minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. So you got first 19 stocks in the list. All entry time frame zones are daily demand zones. First 19 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, total we got 25 stocks. Out of these 25 daily demand zones, there could be some high probability trade setup daily demand zones might be available. We should identify them based on the two strategies that you land in lesson 27. That is combination of zone confluence and EMA confluence strategies I explained in lesson 27. Each strategy is having 2 steps. So first strategy, first step I am applying, that is daily and weekly demand zone confluence. That is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. Enabling. After enabling the filter, applying on the 25 stocks, we got 18 stocks. First 17 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down, total 18. In all the 18 stocks, ITF trend is uptrend. Because daily zone is overlapped with the weekly zone. So let's apply second filter, that is weekly demand zone, having weekly EMA confluence. Because weekly trend is uptrend. So we got 14 stocks. So these 14 daily demand zones might be having more high probability to get success. Ignore the pierced zones and remaining daily demand zones. You should plan your trades only if lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is the first strategy, high probability trade setup zones. Next, I will identify second strategy, high probability trade setup zones. So I am removing ITF EMA filter. Second strategy, first step, LTF, ITF and HTF demand zone confluence. So 3 filters you have to set, daily and weekly, daily and monthly, weekly and monthly demand zone confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 8 stocks. In all the 8 stocks, all these daily demand zones are overlapped with weekly demand zones, and both together again overlapped with monthly demand zone. And monthly trend, HTF trend is uptrend in all the stocks except fourth one. Ignore the fourth one, and remaining uptrend stocks, again I am setting EMA confluence at monthly time frame with monthly demand zone, having monthly EMA confluence, and also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. It should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So we got 6 stocks. So these 6 daily demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provided lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Ignore the pierced zone, it should be used only for pierced zone strategy. Okay, this is bullish trade setup for monthly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for monthly income trade. Entry time frame zones are daily supply zone, Here I am selecting bearish, zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd and enhanced score should be 12. Let's filter. We got only one stock, but this is a pierced zone, so we don't have any bearish trade setup supported zones. Okay, next, weekly income trades I am generating. So weekly income trade sideways long trade setup. Entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zone, 75 minutes selecting sideways long, zone achievement VOZ, minimum odd and enhanced score 11, and 75 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. Pierced count at 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count is 0. Pierced count 0 means the zone is not pierced. Which zone? Whatever the zone you select. Because I selected 75 minutes demand zone, they won't be pierced. Let's filter. We got 5 stocks. So these 5 75 minutes demand zones are supporting sideways long trade setup for weekly income trade. You can plan trades only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next, bearish trade setup for not bearish, sideways short trade setup for weekly income trade. Changes are 75 minute supply zone and here sideways short. Let's filter. We got 2 stocks. So these 2 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success. Provide lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Okay, next, bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame zones are 75 minutes demand zone, bullish, minimum odd and enhanced score 12. Let's filter. We got 13 stocks. All 13 stocks are supporting bullish trade setup for weekly income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 75 minute supply zones. So total we got 13 stocks. Out of these 13 75 minute supply zones, we should identify high probability trade setup 75 minutes demand zones. Based on the 2 strategies, we land in lesson 27. So first strategy, first step, LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. By applying the filter, out of 13, we got 10 stocks. In all the 10 stocks, all these 75 minutes demand zones overlapped with the daily demand zones. And daily trend, ITF trend is uptrend in all the stocks. Again, I am applying second filter, that is daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence. Because daily trend is uptrend and entry time frame 75 minutes demand zone overlapped inside the daily demand zone. We got 3 stocks. So these 3 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next I will generate high probability trade setup zones based on the second strategy. Removing ITF EMA filter, demand zone confluence, 3 filters I have to set. That is 75 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and weekly, daily and weekly demand zone confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 6 stocks. In all the 6 stocks, all the 75 minutes demand zones overlapped with daily demand zone, both together again overlapped with weekly demand zone. And weekly trend is uptrend in 3 stocks. So let's again apply the second filter, that is a weekly demand zone having weekly EMA confluence, and also trend on the weekly should not be sideways, it should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So we got 2 stocks. So these 2 75 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is bullish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next, bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Entry time frame zones are 75 minutes supply zone. Here at 75 minutes I am selecting bearish, zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhanced score 12, and 75 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. So pierced count parameter 75 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. With these filters we got 4 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for weekly income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 75 minutes supply zones. Let's identify high probability trade setup 75 minutes supply zones based on the 2 strategies you learned in lesson 27. First strategy, first step, LTF and ITF supply zone confluence, that is 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. We got all the 4 stocks. In all the 4 stocks, all these 75 minutes supply zones are overlapped with the daily supply zone. And daily trend, ITF trend is a downtrend in all the stocks. Again I am applying the filter EMA confluence at daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence. 3 stocks are filtered. So these 3 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide lesson 20 checklist items are satisfied, otherwise higher chances of zone violation. Next let us apply the second strategy, removing ITF EMA filter. So in the supply zone confluence, 3 filters we have to set: 75 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and weekly, daily and weekly supply zone confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 2 stocks. Both the stocks, these 75 minute supply zones, overlapped with daily supply zone, both together overlapped with weekly supply zone. But weekly trend, HTF trend is sideways, sideways trend EMA confluence does not give any advantage. So ignoring this report. So this is about bearish trade setup for weekly income trade. Next I am generating daily income trade reports. Daily income trade sideways long trade setup, entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zone. Here bullish or bearish or sideways at 15 minutes. I am selecting sideways long. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhanced score 11, and 15 minutes demand zone should not be pierced. So in the pierced count parameter, 15 minutes time frame, I am setting minimum value 0, maximum value 0. That means pierced count is 0. We got 2 stocks. And the entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. You should plan trades only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Next, sideways short trade setup for daily income trade. Changes are 15 minute supply zone and here sideways short. Let's filter. We got 2 stocks. And entry time frame zones are 15 minute supply zones. You should plan trades only if lesson 30.3 video checklist items are satisfied. Okay, next bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Changes are entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zone, bullish, minimum order enhanced score 12. We got 15 stocks and all the entry time frame zones are 15 minutes demand zones. So total we got 15 stocks. Out of these 15 minutes demand zones, there could be some high probability trade setup daily 15 minutes demand zones might be available. So we should identify those zones based on the 2 strategies that you learned in lesson 27. So first strategy, first step I am applying on these 15 stocks, that is LTF and ITF demand zone confluence. That is 15 minutes and 75 minutes demand zone confluence filter is enabled. Out of 15 we got 11 stocks. In all the 11 stocks, all these 15 minutes demand zones overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone. And 75 minutes trend, ITF trend is uptrend in all the stocks. Again I am applying the second filter, that is 75 minutes demand zone having daily EMA confluence. So 2 stocks are filtered. So these two 15 minutes demand zones might be having more high probability to get success provided less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, next I will generate second strategies report. Second strategy, removing ITF EMA filter. Second strategy, first step, all the three demand zone confluence filters, that is 15 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and daily demand zone confluence. By enabling all the three filters, we got 4 stocks. In all the 4 stocks, all these 15 minutes demand zones overlapped with 75 minutes demand zone. Both together again overlapped with daily demand zone. And daily trend, HTF trend is uptrend in only one stock. So in this stock, let's verify if any daily demand zone having daily EMA confluence. At the same time, trend on the daily should not be sideways. It should be uptrend because it is bullish trade setup. So that one stock having the 15 minutes demand zone might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is bullish trade setup for daily income trade. Okay, next bearish trade setup for daily income trade. Entry time frame zones are 15 minutes supply zone. Here bullish or bearish at 15 minutes. I am selecting bearish. Zone achievement VOZ, minimum order enhances score 12, and 15 minutes supply zone should not be pierced. The pierced count 15 minutes time frame, minimum value 0, maximum value 0. So with these filters, we got 10 stocks supporting bearish trade setup for daily income trade, and all the entry time frame zones are 15 minutes supply zones. So total we got 10 stocks. Out of these 10-15 minute supply zones, there could be some high probability trade setup 15 minute supply zone might be available. That we should filter based on the 2 strategies. You land in less than 27. So I'm applying the first strategy, first filter on these 10 stocks, that is LTF and ITF supply zone confluence. So that is 15 minutes and 75 minutes supply zone confluence is enabled, and applying on the 10 stocks, we got 8 stocks. In all these 8 stocks, all these 15 minute supply zones are overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. At the same time, 75 minutes trend, ITF trend is down. Again, I am applying second filter, that is EMA confluence at 75 minute supply zone having daily EMA confluence. So we got 3 stocks. So these 3 75 minute supply zones might be having more high probability to get success, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. Okay, this is the first strategy report. Next, I am generating second strategy report, removing ITF EMA filter. Second strategy, first step, all the 3 supply zone confluence filters should enable 15 minutes and 75 minutes, 15 minutes and daily, 75 minutes and daily supply zone confluence. By enabling all the 3 filters, we got 3 stocks. In all the 3 stocks, all these 15 minute supply zones overlapped with 75 minute supply zone. Both together again overlapped with daily supply zone. And daily trend is downtrend in all the 3 stocks. I am applying the second filter, that is EMA confluence and daily supply zone having daily EMA confluence, because daily trend is downtrend in all the 3 stocks. We got all the 3 stocks. So you can plan trades in these 15 minute supply zones, provide less than 20 checklist items are satisfied. Otherwise, higher chances of zone violation. So this is bearish trade setup for daily income trade. We have completed all the 3 income trade reports. Next, I am finding the stocks near demand and supply zones for all the time frames, starting with yearly. Price closed inside the yearly demand zone. We got 3 stocks. Next, price closed inside the yearly supply zone. No stocks. Half yearly time frame. Price closed inside half yearly demand zone. We got 9 stocks. Next, price closed inside the half yearly supply zone. We got 3 stocks. Next time frame is quarterly. Stocks near to the quarterly demand zone, no stocks. Stocks near to the quarterly supply zone, no stocks. Price closed inside the quarterly demand zone. We got 23 stocks. But again we will apply the filter EMA Confluence on the quarterly demand zones. Quarterly demand zone having quarterly EMA Confluence, and the trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. It can be up or down trend. We got 15 stocks. Next, price closed inside the quarterly supply zones. We got 13 stocks. We can again apply EMA Confluence on these quarterly supply zones. And trend on the quarterly should not be sideways. We got 3 stocks. Next time frame is monthly. Stocks near to the monthly demand zone. We got 5 stocks. Next, stocks near to the monthly supply zone. We got 2 stocks. Next, price closed inside the monthly demand zone. First 18 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total we got 25 stocks. We can again apply EMA Confluence on the monthly demand zones. And also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. We got 14 stocks. Next, price closed inside the monthly supply zones. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. We got 26 stocks. We can again apply EMA Confluence on these monthly supply zones. And also trend on the monthly should not be sideways. We got 7 stocks. Next time frame is weekly. Stocks near to the weekly demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Next, stocks near to the weekly supply zone. We got 12 stocks. Next, price closed inside the weekly demand zone. First 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 50 stocks. Let's again apply EMA Confluence on these weekly demand zones. And trend on the weekly should not be sideways. So first 16 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total we got 22 stocks. Okay, next price closed inside the weekly supply zones. First 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total 44 stocks. Let's again apply EMA Confluence on these weekly supply zones. And also trend on the weekly should not be sideways. It can be up or down. So first 15 stocks in the list. Scrolling the list down. Total we got 17 stocks. Next time frame daily already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 125 minutes. Stocks near to the 125 minutes demand zone. We got 15 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 125 minutes supply zone. We got 11 stocks. Next time frame 75 minutes already generated in the beginning of the report. So the next time frame is 25 minutes. Stocks near to the 25 minutes demand zone. We got 8 stocks. Next, stocks near to the 25 minutes supply zone. We got 15 stocks. Next time frame is 15 minutes. So stocks near to the 15 minutes demand zone, we got 9 stocks. Next stocks near to the 15 minutes supply zone, we got 5 stocks. Next time frame is 5 minutes. Stocks near to the 5 minutes demand zone, we got 12 stocks. Next stocks near to the 5 minutes supply zone, we got 11 stocks. So this is stocks near demand and supply zones. Final report generating stop buffers based on the daily ATR. Okay, I'm scrolling the list down. Whichever the stock you want to refer, pause the video. After that, you proceed further. Scrolling the list down. So this is the end of the report. Hope this information will be useful to you for your further study and analysis. Let us all meet again in our next video. Thank you.